Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, what I'm going over is the best animations and badge setup for this build that I have right here. The finisher, or any slasher really, but what it's mainly for is around probably 2 to 3 inches height of my build. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is really what it's meant for. You gotta be at least under 6'10 if you went with the slash defender pie chart. Now, if you went pure finish, you could be 6'11, I believe, maybe even 7 foot. But you still need to be able to have the alley-oop dunks and the contact dunks, so you achieve those at 85 driving dunk. Now, just keep that all in mind. Now, I'm here to answer a lot of questions that I get in my videos and the comments and stuff, so this video might not pop in the recommended and stuff like that, but I wanted to make this for my subs and just put y'all on to like all my animations, all my badge setups, what I like to put on for 2v2, 3v3. So I'm not gonna appease to like the whole, like new viewer, but if you guys do enjoy this and you have a build like this, I highly recommend to follow along. I think you're gonna love how I have this build set up and how to properly run on it. Now, anyway, as you can see, you lack in the driving layup a little bit, but I wouldn't be too concerned about that with this finisher defender. Now, obviously the upside of lacking that driving layup is the defense, but anyway, let's not stay on that topic too long. What I want to talk about first is a lot of people ask what would I do if I could remake this build or do something differently. I would definitely just max the wingspan out completely. I went 1 tick down from the max, so that lowered my ball handling by 1 and my block by 1, or it put my ball handling up by 1 and my block down 1. But also, I would not touch three-pointer. I didn't realize that it would be like so tough to shoot in this game, and especially with one shooting badge as well. If you have more than just one, maybe, obviously if you have more than one shooting badge on a finisher defender, you're gonna have definitely max three-pointer. But I would highly advocate for not touching three-pointer at all. Either go more into hook to get more finishing, or I would say even go steal with the amount of attributes that you put in the three-pointer. That would be a big trade-off. But anyway, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and show my badges now. Actually, no. I'll show the ratings first. Or not ratings, but the animations. So, and then I'll go ahead and show my badges. Then at the very end, I might do a little dribble breakdown on how to do certain moves. Normally, I save these for like after mixtapes, but I think I'm gonna wait a couple, maybe like a week or two for the next mixtape. But anyway, we're gonna go through this. Size of package, number 4, great animation. I'll show you this. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna definitely do the dribble moves. I'll show you all this stuff. Basic 1 spin, do not sleep. Normal 3 behind the back, great. Normal 3 moving crossover, great. Normal 3 moving hesitation, great. I don't know why normal 3 is such a common like thing for all these basic big man moves, but anyway, WNBA 2, don't sleep either. This thing is legendary. But anyway, so biggest change from any of my last or most recent animation update or attribute update, as I like to call it. I definitely used to rock the Crawford. Now, obviously, this is for flashy purposes. Honestly, if I'm kind of suffering on the mixtapes from not having this definitely adds to the flashy factor. And if you want to be like a legend with this stuff, definitely run the Crawford. But long athlete is a pro move. All right, this long athlete is insane. I mean, the quickness you get on these hop dunks with this thing on is like out of this world, bro. But anyway, I just wanted to give that its due diligence and its detail. Now, I had a lot of people asking too, because on the very last one, I was like, soon as I'm done with this video, I'm changing all these dunk packages. I'm taking everything off and just starting from scratch. What I realized is you don't dunk very often out of the hop dunks if you don't have a ton of dunk packages on. So, long story short, I mean, this is up to you to decide, but if you want to go with my advice, I say just put everything on, or put as many as you can afford on, because in all honesty, bro, like I said, these help so much for dunking out of the hop dunks, and you can generally control it. Just hold up on your right stick for the most part. It says it's a quote-unquote two-hand dunk, but for the most part it does a conservative dunk if you hold up on your right stick. So if you're not trying to wild out, I would suggest to do that. Now, with this build, you don't get the big man contact dunks, but you get all 3 of the small or driving contact dunks, if you will, and you get all the alley-oops. So keep that in mind with this height. Again, you have to be 85 driving dunk to have such setup right there. Now, badges. I'm gonna start with finishing or shooting actually, and literally just explain that constantly, no matter what I'm doing, unless it's 1v1, slippery off ball stays on from my 1 shooting badge. This helps you on rolls, it helps you cut quicker, it helps you move out of your screens quicker. So I would highly recommend to just rock this on bronze if you have the 1 shooting badge. Playmaking. I will say this. On 2s, this is my setup right here. I have Space Creator on bronze. Now, if I'm going to ISO on 2s, it's kind of tough because I would like to rock some Space Creator, but the more the ball's in your hand, the more you would think you want Unpluckable. But I don't know. Realistically, if I'm ever going to ISO with this build, I'm definitely going to try to rock something like this. Now, if we're talking, let's say 3v3, what I have to do is I have to drop all this stuff down. Downhill is going on gold for sure. Now you would think you would need Break Starter. I promise you don't need Break Starter. It's simple as that. This is my 3v3 setup right here. Now if I'm ever playing with 2 great guards and I'm never really going to touch the ball like that and I'm just playing as a true screen setter, then I rock this on bronze just for the whole, I have this theory that maybe it makes your passes quicker on the fast breaks. But anyway, long story short, that's what I rock. Now like I said, for 2v2 I would probably go something like this right here. Or if you want to be a real low key with this, when I'm ISOing, sometimes if I'm playing with a weaker shooter, this is what I'll do. I'll rock this on gold so that if they leave him wide open, you can get the takeover boost and your teammate gets good takeover boost as well. It's just a little more taxing on you because you're going to be able to get plucked a little bit more, but I would really advocate for doing that. Now, defensive, I'm saving finishing for last. Defensive, as you can see what I have it set up for right now, this is my 2v2 setup. Now, I've been playing around with Chase Down Artist a little bit. I feel like it hasn't been doing the wonders on 2s that I feel like it used to be able to do, but that might just come down to the level of comp I've been playing where it's tougher to, you don't always have some like garbage 7-3 pure rim that you can just chase down every single time. But long story short, I've kind of ditched Intimidator. I don't think it's really the best badge just in general. I don't think it helps you contest very much. I don't know, I feel like it makes like no impact at all. But I don't really ever run Rim Protector any higher than bronze unless it's on my Pure Lock. But anyway, we'll transition to 2v2 or 3v3 I mean. So actually, matter of fact, if we're talking 3v3, I think this is literally the only difference I make. This right here, that's literally the only difference. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. Now, if I'm playing stage, I think this is something that I do a little bit of. And actually what I was testing out a little bit for stage was doing this just to help my perimeter defense guards, because what it comes down to in stage is that, the inside big on their team isn't really going to do much. And most of the time they have a pick and pop big anyway. So Pogo Stick's not the most necessary badge. Dude's going to be afraid to take it up on you half the time anyway, so you don't even got to worry about that. But I like to keep it on silver just, because it's a great badge. It's tough to ever take off. Chase Down Artist is huge as far as like comp 3v3 stuff. For 3v3, this badge, no matter what, has to be on Hall of Fame for me. But anyway, if I'm not rocking Defensive Leader, like I said, I'll probably go something like this, or even, like I said, drop the Rebound Chaser to bronze, or, enough to get Tireless Defender on bronze, or, like I said, depending on where I'm at, maybe something like this. But anyway, for 1v1 court, if you guys are really interested, definitely you're taking all this stuff off. And then what I would advocate for, you're definitely going to want at least a solidly high rim protector. You're going to want Tireless Defender, no doubt about it, because you get so tired, bro. It's insane. Now, here's something I would advocate for. You can either go something like this. I feel like gold Tireless Defender is just enough. I don't think you need Hall of Fame. And Rim Protector, you don't need it all that high. I feel like it doesn't really help you protect the rim as much as you would think it does. But obviously when you're playing a lot of bigs, it's cool to have. But Pogo Stick does its work as much as you need it. And I feel like you don't even need these all that much either. But considering you don't really need Pickpocket all that high either, like I said, I'd probably just go something like this if you're on the 1v1 court, especially if you're lacking in experience with the Pogo Stick. But I'm telling you, you might adjust this, because Pogo Stick alone just changes the game as far as interior defense. Now, we're going to go ahead and get to finishing. This is what I had set up for 2v2. Now, for 2v2, it varies a lot. It just depends on who I'm playing with, because I like to keep this. I was playing with Cook, not the most experienced point guard. The ball ends up in my hands an okay amount, especially on takeover. So I like to keep Fancy on bronze, Relentless on bronze, Acrobat on silver. Acrobat is a really good badge, honestly. I never even thought it was, but bro, this thing is slept on. And then obviously, Lob City Finisher has to stay on, especially on 2s where there's a lot of big rims and like good interior defenders, where what this badge does, obviously, is it helps you finish the lobs. I'll say this, I don't know if it helps you catch more, but it definitely makes you dunk them and make the lobs more. I will definitely say that. Now, Slithery never comes off. Slithery is a great badge. This thing, I'm telling you, it just changes the way you do dunks. It's simple as that. Contact Finisher never comes off. Consistent barely ever comes off Hall of Fame. Now, what I will say is, what I like to do on 2s as well, if I'm ISOing, we're rocking something like this. We're going boom, boom, just straight up either go on something like that or something like this. Now, I'm gonna explain why I don't use Pro Touch. Pro Touch is garbage, and I'm talking. I just think that it's literally impossible to time layups. I don't. Now, if you're doing like hook shots, then Pro Touch is a great badge. But if you're doing driving dunks, driving layups, or even standing dunks, standing layups, I just don't think Pro Touch is ever worth having. I would definitely advocate for having Relentless on bronze, though. This is a good badge. It's just in Park, I don't think you need it all that much. In Pro-Am, it's clutch to have at a high level. Now, I'm not going to go over my Pro-Am setup too much. I feel like that's a realm that not a lot of you guys are getting into. If you really, really want it, I guess I'll set a like goal for like 1,000 likes if you guys really, really want it, but I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of people that want like my Pro-Am badge setups. I think, did I do a 1v... my 1v1 setup is basically the same as my ISO 2s setup, where it's going to be something like this. Actually, no, I lied. I definitely lied, because I definitely feel like Relentless is such a key badge for 1v1 court. You lose so much stamina, and it's tough sometimes when the games go long. I would definitely say Relentless has to go. I would rock something like this. Now, if you have my build but shorter, like 6'7", 6'8", this could be a questionable badge. Like, it could be a good one to put on, because this activates against 7'3" for my build, and I'm 6'9". So being 6'8", it works on anybody that's 7'2" and up. Being 6'7", it works on anybody that's 7'1" and up. And considering most rims or anybody that's coming to the 1v1 court is probably gonna be gigantic, you know, then you're probably gonna want some giants there. So I don't know what to advocate for that. But anyway, long story short, we'll get to the team arena and go ahead and do some dribbling around, and I'll just show you some of the SIGs, and then we'll call it good. All right, so here we are. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to make this pretty quick because the video's already running pretty long. But I'm gonna start with the most simple moves and go to the most complicated. We'll start in that order. Now, obviously, most simple, triple threats. This WNBA 2, bro, you spam it to this hand. Now it's normally my left, but my player's left-handed, so I don't know how it normally works. But you got the jabs. You got the pivot right here, then you got the up on the right stick. So the pivot is to the right for me right here, the jab is to the left. Now you flick up on the right stick, it does the quick. This is how you move quickly forward, I would say. You flick it up and move quickly forward out of it. Now the spams are just kind of to like meme on people and confuse them, so you can just go ahead and do something like this. Then you can do spins out of it too. You can do some like really good chains out of it. Same with like, for instance, and I don't want to stick on the triple threat topic for too long, but I want to put you guys on to your best ability. So I don't know why it's so hard to pick a freaking ball, but anyway, you got jab, step, spam, and then you can hit the pivot and then move out of it like this. You can do the nice behind the back. Again, the long athlete layup package just is game changing, bro. But anyway, again, just to finish that off one more time, you got the jabs. They're nice for just like kind of chaining different moves into. You got the pivot, which is good for quick, sudden movement. And then you got up on the right stick, which is kind of the speed, the extra speed moving forward. So anyway, now we're going to get into some of the standing size up moves. Now you got pretty simple. I don't like to use these too often, but I will say the rhythm dribble right here, you flick up on the right stick and go to the ball hand. This is good for building up speed as well. This move right here, you hold RT or R2, whichever, and you flick to the right stick to the off ball hand, and you can move pretty decently quickly out of this, I would say. Now you just, and then you move your left stick away from the ball hand again, simple as that. So, and then the on ball right stick move, I don't really like this too much, but it's good for, I guess, creating separation. I don't know, it's not really all that great. Okay, so now you got the cancel move. You are sprinting to the opposite wing, and you flick your right stick down and to the right, or down and to the left, depending on what wing you are. You're going to the ball hand or the off ball hand. So you're seeing I'm going to the left, I'm flicking it down and to the right. You're going to the right, I'm flicking it down and to the left. You do this cancel move. You can move pretty quickly out of this with takeover on, but without takeover, it's a very slow move. Now, again, we're talking with takeover on. This move right here is insane. This little hezzy into like, it just builds up mad speed, bro. Now, you can do it to the ball hand, you can do the off ball hand, it doesn't really matter. I think doing it to the off ball hand is a lot better for trying to just go in and dunk on somebody, because you can move a lot more. You can get around somebody. With the moving to ball hand, you kind of just run right into them, honestly. You see, I'm just kind of, it forces you to go forward even if you're cutting it off, like curling it. But anyway, now, very complicated move right here. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm pretty experienced with doing this, but bro, this move right here, insane. I mean, to be able to do this like spin dunk from the 3-point line, I made a whole video on it. I definitely recommend to check it out. I don't have enough time to really, and I messed it up right there, but I don't have enough time to really like detail it all in this video. So I would definitely recommend to go check that out. But bro, you're gonna see, you can do this crazy like drop step, spin dunk, whatever you want to call it, from almost the 3-point line. It's pretty insane. Now, then also you can do the spin dunks, but I will say they're not quite as nice as with the Crawford one on, with the layup package that is. But with doing the spin dunk, you just double tap X and move your left stick toward the opposite way that you're like trying to go. So you can either curl this off. So like I'm saying, I would definitely like move your left stick toward the open ball hand, or like where you're trying to go essentially, because I feel like you're not trying to do a. I'll do the spin dunk like toward the ball hand. It's kind of whack. You just don't get as much separation. But I hope you guys understand what I was talking about with that. But I don't know. Long story short, I don't think I have too many more moves to detail. The only other thing I can explain is the backwards half spin. I don't really know the right stick function for that to explain it. You kind of start it down and move it to the left, if you will, with the right stick. So you're running out to the wing. You just kind of, what's the word? It's clockwise, and you start it from down, which would be 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, essentially. So you're just running out. Make sure the ball is in your player's, what is this, the left hand? Yeah. So left hand, then boom, you can do like a hezzy out of it. You get some nice like attacks to the rim with it. Now you can also just do a full spin where you're just gonna spin it the other way, and you get like, you know, you just run back into the paint after. I like to do this like after checking the ball up, or to check the ball up on twos sometimes, where you just do this. Somebody pursues you too hard and you just like run right past them. Simple as that. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. Bro, if y'all are still watching this, if this video hits 2,000 likes, I will drop the mixtape as soon as it hits 2,000, all right? Or at least start working on it as soon as it hits like 1.5 or like probably 2K. But anyway, 2,000 likes, I will start working on the mixtape. I promise you, I will just fiend for clips, put this thing together, drop it on the weekend, and we'll go nuts, all right? Simple as that. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to drop a like I said, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. Check out some other content, and if you made it to the end of the video, put Slasher Gang in the comments if you made it to the end of the video. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace. 2,000 likes.